Hey again, this is James Bayfield, man. How you doing? It's Saturday. I just want to drop you a big nugget right quick. I want to talk about fear. I want to talk about fear because the reason I want to talk about fear because I see everybody's all they doing is reacting. They're reacting to information and triggers and fear. The word I'm gonna write the word down, fear, because we got to deal with this word. Fear, faith. You got to deal with this word fear. People like to say false evidence appear real. Right? I don't even like that kind of analogy of it. All right, fear. I want to talk to you about fear. People say, "Bae, you don't fear nothing, man." People say, "Bae, your heart is made of steel." It's not that my heart is made of steel. It's that I don't fear. It's not that I don't have fear. I do have fear, but fear of what? If a guy come here with a weapon or with a gun, right? Yes, I'm gonna have a natural fear to like, okay, it's a possibility he might use the gun. There's a possibility he want to use it as a tool just to get me motivated to do something else. But the reality is, he gonna do what he gonna do regardless. Isn't that right? So if you know somebody gonna do something regardless of whatever they're gonna be doing, so why have fear? Why worry about it? Fear is nothing but worry. All it is worry. All it is worry. So this is what I do to eliminate fear. I read. First of all, I would say first, have a ritual. Have what I call a daily ritual. And it must be spiritual. Right? See, the more have a daily spiritual ritual. So that's how I deal with fear. So what does that mean? I wake up in the morning, I read Psalm 23. I read Psalm 27. I read Mark 11 verse 23. I read the scriptures. Then my main source is God. I'm not a religious nut per se, but I believe in God so deeply. I know He protected me as I go around these streets, as I go in this world, how I go deal with challenges. So I don't have much as fear. Another issue you might have is like you might have fear of your job. You might gonna get fired. If you don't do your job, you're gonna get fired. So why have a fear you're gonna get fired? You do your job, you give your job 120% of your effort, then you don't have to worry about getting fired, do you? If your job is like not making any money, the company not making any money, there's a possibility you will be out of work. If you say you're gonna be out of work, to eliminate the fear, you're gonna confront the management. So management, I feel that I might lose my job. I feel that some things are changing in this business, this company. Do I need to be thinking about looking for another job? Is that a real possibility? Now they might be honest with you. They might just tell you something to comfort you. You might be able to decipher honesty in what someone's trying to tell you to avoid panic. See, fear is just it's someone that basically being panicked about nothing. All right. So whatever your fear is, you just gotta face it. Right? If your fear is going across the street, face it. Deal with it. Don't let fear cripple you. Don't let fear paralyze you. Right? Fear having a foreclosure. Yes. All you need to do is get the information. See, once you got the information about the topic that you have fear about, the right information in the right sequence. Sequence is very important. People get information these days, they're all out of sequence. All right? It's the right information. But if the right information is out of sequence, it makes no sense. You're going to have fear. What is step 1? What is step 2? What is step 3? What is step 4? What is step 5? Once you do that, you repeat the steps 2 or 3 times, the fear go away. Let's say you're going to court. Every time you go to court, you're going to have some kind of challenge. You're not 100% sure how the judge is going to rule, right? But guess what? If you study the court procedure, right? Let's say the issue is jurisdiction. Let's say the issue is personal jurisdiction, subject jurisdiction, contract. If the facts are on your side, you just need to read what the law says concerning those facts, those elements, then you can rest assured that you should be an easy win. Make sense? So your fear go out your window. So the fear is basically you not having the information. If you don't have any information about a topic, you're going to have fear. Bottom line. So don't fear anything. If you don't have any money today, you feel that your bills not going to be due, when did you discover you're not going to have any money? Did you discover on Monday that you're not going to have any money? So on Friday, you got 5 days to make a move. 5 days to pick up a phone and call someone, borrow the money, all right? Do what needs to be done. So I'm saying that you could deal with fear. What you need is information, all right? Everybody deal with fear. You deal with fear to your faith. You pray about it. You ask God for help. You ask for help. You got to ask for help. But you got to ask the right person for help. So when you see people having challenges, the one question I ask myself, whom are you listening to? Whom are you asking? Do not ask the person who's not qualified to give you an answer. Don't do that. Because if you ask a guy a real estate question, in reference to, let's say, short sale, I'm in foreclosure, what are my options? The guy is a real estate agent. Can he help you? No, because he's a real estate agent. He doesn't know anything about short sale. He doesn't know anything about litigation, anything about court. He just knows people go to court. He knows that what's called short sale. He has never submitted a document. He cannot give you educated answers. Do you understand what I'm saying? He cannot give you educated advice. Right? So it's very vital, very important that you get this idea. All right? If you got a landlord-tenant issue, you need to speak to someone that does landlord-tenant issue every day. If you want to build a property, you need to speak to architects and builders. Builders. Not even architect at times. Builders. If you want to know something how to get a permit through Department of Buildings, talk to the guys that go to Department of Building every day. Talk to the architect. Talk to the general contractor. These guys are going to have inside information. When all things, you've done everything, go to the agency director. Deal with the source. Face it. Always face the music. And deal with the fear head zone. All right? If you're not willing to deal with the fear head zone, you're going to lose in life. Fear going to cripple you. All right? They say a guy going around saying want to beat you up. Go find out a guy. Say, hey, how you want to beat me up? What's going on? What happened? What's going on? You'll find out the guy don't even want to beat you up. He's basically frustrated about something he heard through a third party that he may have thought you said that he didn't. That's not even what you meant. But when you confront him, he does. Hey man, I know what I said about your mama was when I was in kindergarten. Mom used to come to school and whoop you behind in school. You know that's true, right? Yeah, but I ain't want him to know about it. What's up, though, dog? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So he's like, you hugged up. Yo, man, all right. I see that's sensitive to you. I'm not going to talk about that no more. Make sense? That's the whole idea. Face it. Deal with it. And call it a day. The things that you fear, trust me, they're not even real fear, really, once you deal with the things. I just want to address fear. Whatever, if it's credit you fear, is it training you fear? Is it like going to a new territory you fear? Listen, every time I got to go speak, I have a natural fear. But I have to picture myself someone else. I'm not picturing myself as I'm Donald Trump. I'm not picturing myself I'm Creflo Dollar. I picture myself as someone that's brave, that say what they want to say, do what they want to do, that own the stage. I become that person for 10 hours for that day. I'm that person, 10 hours. So I'm not even myself. I'm doing a Hollywood acting job. Make sense? Because I'm dealing with fear, because that person had no fear. We call that Marlon, all right? I'm Anthony Robbins. I'm jumping up. I'm fired up. I become that person. I'm Les Brown. I become that guy. Because you got to, sometimes to deal with fear, if your regular self cannot deal with fear, you got to picture yourself someone else. You got to be a Hollywood actor. Your job is to get an Oscar. Make sense? When you want to act Oscar, what do? You give your best performance. They might be smarter than you, but you got to say they will not outwork me. You got to shut it down like you're a defensive player. You got to shut the play down. You got to shut it down. You got to bring 120. That's how you deal with fear. You face it. You deal with it. You bring your best. Guess what? If you still lose, if you still don't get an Oscar, they don't call your name, in your heart, you're a winner. You know why? You gave it 120. And that's that boy Bay. JamesBayfield.com. I see you at my event. Learn to deal with fears. Have some goals. Make something out of yourself. Be at peace. Be content with yourself. Be happy. And have some faith in your abilities. Peace out.